I haven't even heard from him since I offered help, but he never got back in touch with me when they finished the paving job.
Oh, okay.
That Cody, right?
That one, yeah.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wanted to help out, and he was like, oh yeah, but again, we didn't.
I just think.
So he lives out here?
Yep.
Oh,
yep, he's
okay.
out here too.
Well, if you run into him, tell him hi and let him know that I'm still happy to help out.
I absolutely will.
Yeah, because we had a couple of discussions when they were working on the driveway, and then I didn't hear from him again.
Yeah, well, I think...
also he was the one that set off the neighbor.
Oh,
that started that whole thing. I guess it was his comment, supposedly. I don't know. Yeah, that's a whole nother. I'm not into drama, folks. I don't think this guy is either over here, but yeah, their neighbors are into drama.
No drama, please.
Yeah, this is a drama-free zone.
Drama-free.
Yeah, I've had enough drama in my life to last a couple of lifetimes.
I think while we're on the topic, I'm also really grateful for Mark and I have touched a little on travel. I think travel really makes me grateful. Not only because of seeing different ways of living, I mean, culturally, spiritually, but also just gratitude for simplicity.
You know what it is? It's appreciation. It's appreciating what is out there that we can borrow from, that we can learn from and incorporate in our lives, because our lives are not perfect. Our systems are not perfect in this country, and nowhere is it perfect. So my feeling is you take from the ones that are doing a great job on whatever it is.
Absolutely.
And, I'm all about, is that another house over there?
Oh, it's a little cabin thing.
And the truck is his too?
Yeah.
And he has no relatives, huh? Sorry. This is like a interesting homestead, one of the original pioneers of the island, and he passed away. How old was he when he passed, do you know?
Oh man, I don't even know. Probably 70s.
Oh. That's a little close for comfort, folks.
It was in the Vietnam War, so if that gives you any context.
Yeah. 70s, a little close to home. I don't feel like I'm in my 60s, ready for my 70s yet, but...
you're different, Mark.
No, I don't think I am, but...
You're killing it, man.
I don't think I am, but... Oh, I also, I didn't tell you this, I got a huge shipment of lavender plants.
Oh, really? I love lavender.
I got from this place in Utah called High Country Gardens. And overall, I was pretty impressed with the quality of the plants and everything. So they're at home. They just arrived last night by UPS. Yes. But we're talking about almost should I say it? Almost $1,000 worth of lavender. I got so many different kinds of lavender. I am like, yeah, and
okay, player.
But no,
okay,
I'm not. But you know why? Why do you think I might be going for the lavender?
Why is Mark going for the lavender? Because Mark wants lavender oil, that's why.
No.
Yeah, he does. Don't let him tell you different.
Which animal detests lavender?
Bees!
No.
Come on, bees love lavender. Dude.
Yeah, no, but which ones don't like lavender?
Deers?
There you go.
Deers don't like lavender?
No, they hate it. They hate the scent for some reason.
Well, I love the scent, so that works out for me.
But they also hate, me too. They also hate, they hate Irish Spring too. Which is not a soap I use, folks.
That was pretty funny when I walked up going, deer proof, man. I was like, I ain't never seen that before. That's fun.
Yeah, so lavender. So I'm just figured it's going to make so what my plan is on the septic plateau. I want to do containers, like attractive planters, ceramic planters, and do just pockets of lavender.
Ooh, yeah.
Because I can't really do stuff in the soil per se up there, but I'm gonna do river rock and have pathways and just have these pockets of just humongous lavender going on.
Cool.
And it'll keep the deer away.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it. And I got a bunch of bee balm. I got a bunch of not lazy Susans. That's a different entity. Black-eyed Susans.
Black-eyed Susans are so pretty.
I know, and I got like, so what I did is I got like 4 different kinds.
Okay.
I got 4 different kinds of echinacea, coneflower. Again, these are all plants that are great for your pollinators, but the deer don't like them.
That's so, and you're just beautifying your place.
Well,
every day you're getting,
and
you're making it so much nicer.
And I got a bunch of sages and salvias.
Dude,
which...
You're gonna make an herb garden over your leach field.
but it's gonna be
dude,
I
that's
know,
amazing.
It's crappy soil.
Okay.
Well, we'll take a look at it. We'll take a look at it.
You can. I mean, as long as you're not putting like thousands of pounds of weight on your leach field.
No,
you're fine, right?
I'm not going to.
Which is so cool, because one of my biggest complaints about septic systems of this day and age is that they're not good uses of space. And as far
exactly,
as
because
we're
you
going
lose
with,
so much.
Yeah. So as far as like property use, and your desire to garden and to make that a part of the community, I think that's a great use of space.
Yeah, I was just trying to think about what I could do. So what I did is I started around one of the green, the green caps. There's 5 of those suckers sticking up, and I just took my straight shovel and just cleared a lot of that grass. And I'm like, okay, and now I can put rock in here, and then I can put a planter on top. And it's not going to be, I'm not going to put like 1,000 planters up there, but I think that'll be nice and cool, and they're going to do great out in that sun, because that's all sun out back now. Once they took out those trees. And it's a great place to catch rays if you ever want to catch rays, which I do. I went to Santa Barbara. I'm all about the catching rays.
Mark's gonna.
I already got some color.
Mark's tanning nude in the backyard.
No, I'm not tanning nude. I've never.
Lies, man.
I've never tanned nude. I don't think.
Mark.
But I do like to tan. I will tell you that. I do not do artificial tanning, which I was surprised at when I moved out west and moved back to Oregon. I was surprised by how many tanning places they have. I'm like, what the heck is it? Who goes to a tanning place?
Well, dude, if we don't have the vitamin D, we gotta get it somehow, right?
I know, but I call it the sun.
I know.
I just get out there. Well, it's easier now that I'm retired, so. But it's, so I think that is a good use of space, because it delineates the plateau.
Yeah.
I just am trying to think about, I don't know, best way to go about things. And you mentioned earlier about being grateful for being able to wake up and look forward to all these different, not only projects, but varied projects. So if you're bored with one thing, as I tend to get bored with things very quickly, I'm a 20-minute kind of guy.
Yeah.
So like I have attention for about 20 minutes that I can sustain, 100%, about 20 minutes, and give you my all, and then I've got to get on to something different.
Well, I don't know who did the research, but several people have said recently in their studies that 20 minutes happens to be the amount of time that you can actually focus on one thing.
Oh, shit.
And then you need to move on.
Oh, good. I'm a case study.
It's 20-minute focus session. I think,
I just discovered that on my own. I was like, wow, I don't have much of an attention span.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as your background in school too, I think that's something that we're doing slightly wrong in the education world. I think that classes should be shorter. I think that we should have more focused times for kids to learn, because I mean, what do you look around the classroom and it's like kids are distracted. They need more time outside to learn. They need, I think, shorter class times, maybe.
Well, you also need to be aware of the subject matter and the amount of time you spend on a subject matter. I was not above when I'd see the glaze coming over on my kids' faces, especially like in math or science, and you could just tell that you were losing them.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of losing my students, so I would always say I kind of gauge the crowd, and I would be like, you know what, let's go outside. And they'd be like, what? What? Going outside? I said, yeah, let's go play some math baseball. Or math kickball, where you have to like answer a question and then you get to go to a base, and and the kids loved it. And it got them out there moving just for like 10 minutes. Nothing, you're not. The problem with our educational system is the amount of time we are given. And the problem is that many districts impose all this stuff that they think is important. And that leaves you very little time for creativity, for flexibility, for going off on tangents. One of my favorite things, as I do by speaking, is I go off on tangents all the time. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's a natural thing if you're curious and
let's call it exploration, man.
I mean, I just...
otherwise known as speaking freely.
I know, but that's why I said I was so grateful to my district for allowing me to be me.
Yeah.
Because if I had to script what we're doing, I don't know what it would sound like. Just like my teaching, I know if it was scripted, it would have bored the hell out of me. Yeah. Nobody likes being bored.
I mean, I think it's important to create stimulating subject matter.
You've got to. I always felt that learning should be fun. Yeah. And that's a form of stimulation, but it should be fun. Learning should be fun.
I don't think there's anything wrong with if you are creating exciting curriculum and you're teaching your students, why is it a big deal to do it in the exciting way versus plain and boring?
But that's why they left me alone.
Yeah, that's why.
because they were
learning.
Right, because not only that, but they were so excited. I mean, I just saw a card this morning from a girl who was kind of a tomboy, and her dad was difficult. Not to me, but historically. And nobody was ever tough with me or mean to me. I had a wonderful experience with everybody.
You were the favorite with the parent and the kid.
Well, I don't like that word favorite. Somebody in one of their cards said about being professional, and always just caring.
That's a great word for it.
And so I'd go with that. And she said, I never liked coming to school before. And she was in my last class, or next to last class, I think. And this card was so sweet, and she just said, I look forward to coming to school every day now. Yeah. Look, I'm successful. If that's the end result, then I'm good with that. I know I did my best.
Absolutely. This is Chris, the neighbor. Hey, Chris.
Oh, where's you at?
Up further.
Oh.
How are you, buddy? Yeah, absolutely.
You have to carry that all the way down to the street? All the way down the road?
Yeah.
That sucks in the winter.
Good workout, yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, for one arm.
Yeah, for one arm.
You gotta switch off.
Good weather, huh?
Oh yeah, it's fine, but it's real cold at night.
Yeah, it is.
That's gonna change soon.
Thank God.
After tonight, I believe.
Oh my God.
We're gonna have some great weather tomorrow and Friday. Yeah, super weather.
Good for working.
And rain on Saturday. Yes.
That's okay.
Yeah, but I feel grateful that you had mentioned it too, that I can have all these different projects. They're all going on simultaneously, but I get to kind of putter and just work on one for 20 minutes and then do another for 20 minutes, and after a week everything's done, or whatever. But I'm not putting pressure on myself to complete things or have a time line or timetable, which is what we all work by in this country. And I think when you retire, and again, I can only speak from my experience, but it just gives you that freedom. Here comes that word freedom again.
Freedom.
And
yeah.
so I'm grateful for that freedom.
I'm grateful for free enterprise and for the ability to work for myself. I think that Benjamin Franklin was onto something when he said you should work for 4 hours and then you should do what you love for the rest of the time.
Well, and I just read, I don't know, one of the news outlets that a lot of companies are looking to go to a 4-day work week. Duh.
Yeah.
I've been advocating 4-day work week. I also think we should have year-round schooling. Why the hell do we not have year-round schooling?
Yeah, but and maybe you can relax a little bit if you had year-round schooling. Maybe you can get the kids outside more. Maybe you can give them a 4-day week.
What the thing is if you do year-round schooling, guess what? You don't have that learning loss over the summer. Yep. I can't even tell you. And if you're out there thinking, oh no, kids still retain everything, that is bullshit, because I guarantee you, my 4th graders that I would get into 5th grade, it was almost like they were 2nd graders. They forgot everything. Oh yeah, I think we did some of that last year. Of course you did it last year, but they don't remember it. So it's like you start back at square one.
I think, well, yeah. I think I'm also, I'm grateful for, what's today, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Well, if I was working a 9 to 5, I would be at an office or doing something different.
You'd have already shot yourself. You'd already killed yourself, because you're not an office guy.
Well, instead we're standing here in beautiful weather and doing chores and making a podcast. I think, and on top of that, I'm grateful for simplicity. We can move out of the smoke if you would like.
No, I like the smoke. It's just, I just don't want to get too bad, because then my eyes kind of.
Anyways, yeah, I mean simplicity. To live simply among beauty, and to create.
And respect your environment, right?
Yeah. But I think that one of the things that I love about living out here is it's like to not only run my own business, but to live within means. You know, I don't have anything to prove to anybody, which gives me the freedom to
which is such a healthy, that's such a healthy attitude, because so many people out there, I guarantee you, especially in your generation, think they have to have mega millions to do X, Y, or Z, and it's not. I agree with you. It's just like they say, you shouldn't retire until you have $1 million. Like, holy geez, I'll be 800 years old by the time I have $1 million.
Yeah.
You know, or whatever it is. They have like this table that you're supposed to have. I didn't come anywhere near that when I retired. And you know what? I'm more than fine.
And you know, I mean, for me, man, I used to in the wildland fire industry, you know, on a hotshot crew, for example, if you work, the goal is to, since you only work 6 months out of the year, the goal is to get 1,000 hours of overtime or more. That's the golden ticket. So you're working,
get your money in a short period of time, and then.
But that means you're working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week, for 6 months, and you
brutal.
get 2 days off, you know, and then you're back at it. And I don't, you know, that was great, and I'm glad that I did it, and I'm glad that I know that I can. But I've only worked a handful of 8-hour days since I've been done with fire, and it's tremendous. I think that I can't speak for everybody, but I know it's important for me to work less and enjoy life more, to do things that are important to me.
And I bet you don't even consider this work, really.
This is joy.
Yeah, this doesn't work. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think less hours. Hey, man. Great. How are you? Yeah? You got a lot of pollen coming in? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm still fixing to get the rest of those out of there. Of course.
Maples in back of that. So Joe's house today.
Okay.
It's my house now, but it's falling apart. Just trying to get that all cleared out myself. So.
Okay. Yeah, well, I'm still gonna get those cedars out of there. Yeah, of course.
Trying to get all cleared out so I can start doing, sterilize the soil.
Yeah.
Start bringing like fruit trees and everything.
Naturally. Sweet, man. We'll rest easy. Yes, sir.
Let's stay away from cedar all the time.
Stay away from the cedar. Mark doesn't like cedar either.
I'm not a fan.
Lost a cat. One of my neighbor's cats died from exposure.
Oh no.
The green powder was all over it. This is back in January.
Really? Man.
Saved another one. Still the fur had it all in their eyes. Carefully wash it out of their eyes. Gave it some milk.
Yeah.
Hello, kitty.
Yeah.
I'd like to see you all later.
All right. Have a good day, Chris.
You too, man.
Thank you.
Yeah. I think that less work is good.
Yeah, yeah, but this is also, it also depends on how you define work.
Yeah.
And again, I view so much of the stuff that I'm doing on my place, I think the same way you do, I don't view it as work. I'm joyous, so I guess I do view it as a joy. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but I'm like, okay, now what do I want to approach? How do I want to approach today? You know, what do I want to start with today? Maybe I want to start with this or that, or, you know, I don't know, it's just kind of cool to see. I don't know. I just love growth and regrowth, whether it's mental, you know, whether it's academic, whether it's, you know, whatever it is. I just think that's cool. Growth, development, growing, learning. Oh, speaking of learning, I would love your help to get a burn barrel.
Okay.
And teach me how to do it safely.
Sweet. You got it, man.
I would love that. I mean,
Burning sticks. It's my specialty.
I just am getting a lot of brush. Because, you know, cleaning out the forest, you know, as we were told by our illustrious leader a few years ago, we need to be raking the forest. So I've been raking the forest.
Yeah. Yes.
And put in the river rock. But, yeah, I'm getting a lot of, that raking gets a lot of debris. But I need to burn it at some point. I've been dragging it out. Little by little with my wagon, my gorilla cart.
Mark's special wagon.
It's like an old person's wagon, I guess. But it's great. It's so great, though. It is so wonderful. And I've been, I'll be like shipping out, but now I've got like piles out in the back. And I don't think that's a good thing to
Well, I mean, at the very least, it'll look cool when you burn it.
I know, that's true.
It's just...
But I want to do it in a safe way. I know my neighbors have a burn barrel, and they but I'm not going to go ask them.
You mean the ones that are not so enjoyable?
Yeah, that one. The one is not so enjoyable. Oh, did I tell you that the other neighbors are going to be fixing their house?
No.
Oh yeah, they finally got the insurance. So this is that house, if you think back to some of the other earlier episodes, this is the house that has the tarps on it that the idiots that that used to own the place, the tweakers, used to, one of the trees that they felled went through the neighbor's roof. And they've been unable to, it's just been tarped up ever since for like 2 years. And finally, there was like a lawsuit and insurance, and they, you know, the tweakers are in the wind. And so finally, they're getting started. So a truss was delivered the other day,
Okay.
which was kind of cool. Huge crane. I'm like, this is great. So they're going to start progress. So I won't have to look at tarps anymore. Yay. Not that it's a big deal, because it's so nice out there.
I mean, it's also just so nice for them.
It is.
It'll
nice
be great.
And it'll be interesting to see what they do with the house. It's a nice little house. That's a great little property for someone.
Hey, whether it's them or maybe potentially somebody else, it'd be cool to have a nice neighbor on at least one side.
This is true too. Well, I do have one on one side because there's no one there.
That's true. No
The best neighbor is no neighbor.
That's right. Privacy. Privacy, Mark. I'm grateful for privacy. I love privacy.
Yes.
Privacy.
Yes. Speaking of which, I need to pee somewhere. Can I just go anywhere?
Pick a place.
Okay, good. I thought it would be okay, but I thought I would. So we're gonna hit a pause button because I've been drinking this coffee, and coffee for old people, by the way, folks. It's a, what's the diuretic? It goes right through you. Goes right through you. All right. So here, I'm gonna hand this off to you.
Okay.
I don't want to deal with that.
Yes.
Oh, wait, did I turn it off? Oh.
Not yet.
Oh.